Hey, what's up everybody? Dylan here from Iceberg TV. Today we're checking out the brand new Climo line Streak prototype. It's a 7501 fairway driver. I brought two first run Athenas to compare it to, and then we also have one of the new ESP cicadas. If you want to check out any of these, discgolfdealsusa.com/icebergtv. But to me, the Athena and the Climo Streak seem very similar in hand, but based on the flight numbers, the Athena should be a bit more stable than the new Streak. We'll go Cicada here, then we'll go Athenas, and then we'll throw the new Streak. Get a couple warm-up throws in here. Just throw them nice and soft on the first set here. Ooh. I have always been a Cicada guy, and that is why. You just throw it out there. It does what it's supposed to do. A little neg one, turn, and then a nice one fade. This is the Athena. You can see on that same kind of hyzer line, not getting nearly as much flip as the Cicada. We have one more Athena here. We'll throw it a bit more flat. See if we can get any turn out of the Athena. So when thrown flat, kind of flies how the Cicada flies on a hyzer, but that went quite a bit farther, surprisingly. And I will say the Athena, although they're both 7-speeds, feels a lot faster in the hand than the Streak, in my opinion. The Streak, for being a 7-speed, feels really slow in hand. Almost feels like a mid-range on the bottom. So a flat thrown Streak basically flew the same as a flat thrown Athena. Very similar discs, but in hand, the Athena feeling actually quite a bit faster in hand, surprisingly. So we'll definitely throw them a few more times. We have the Streak on the left here, the Athena on the right. The top molds to me look super similar. The bottom molds definitely look a bit different, but you can really see the Athena looks so much wider and so much faster when you look at the bottom half of the discs. So although they are both 7-speed, it would appear that the Athena is a little bit faster than the Streak. Maybe the Streak was designed to not go quite as far, but maybe if the Athena needs to be an 8-speed, maybe the Streak needs to be a 6-speed. But I do believe the downside to that would be, I just don't think 6-speeds sell as well as 7-speeds. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. We have the Athena here. Loving the Athena, actually. I was bagging one of the red shimmery plastic ones for a while there. Still on the shelf, but I haven't thrown it in a while. But it was the Athena's been in the bag for a while, and then it came out recently. Flying extremely true to the flight number 7502. Then we've got a Cicada here. I just like throwing the Cicada. That's the only reason why we're comparing it to anything today. I just love the Cicada. Cicada is one of the most fun fairway drivers on the market. Going way farther than the Athenas. And then we have the old Streak. So nice and flat, maybe a little bit of forced Annie. See if she fights out. Wow. Wanted to hold on to that anhyzer line way longer than an Athena would, in my opinion. All right, let's try a little bit of forced turn on the Athenas, and then we'll do a little forced turn on the Streak. Kind of see how it holds a left to right moving line. Although it's a 0 turn, I feel like the Streak might hold that line a bit longer than the Athena. So it's not necessarily turning, but it's more holding. But this is an Athena. We'll try the Athena first. You can see, although I kind of yanked it over, the Athena wants to flatten out and push forward. So I'm curious to see if the Streak, this is the Streak right here, will sort of do that same thing. Ah, man. On that line, it just flies on a rope. It really reminds me of the old Discmania FD2s, which is something Eagle McMahon was super known for throwing. way back in the early Discmania days. But Climo Streak is like the closest thing to one of the old C-Line FD2s that I've thrown in a long time. It's got that little bit slower, a little bit more blunt feel in hand, but that still like stable fairway driver flight. Really good flyer. This is one more Athena. Let's put it on that same kind of line. Oh, Dill, a little too low. Yeah, man, I really think the Streak is just a slightly slower flying Athena, but honestly very similar across the board. If you're already throwing the Athenas, unless you have a super beat-in Athena and you want something more stable to put back in, really could throw one or the other. The Streak to me, very similar across the board. Then we have the fun shot being the Cicada here. If you've never thrown a Cicada, guys, if you're new to disc golf, you have a slower arm. If you got a slow arm, I'd suggest the Cicada over the Streak 9 times out of 10. If you have a slow arm, you're new to disc golf, or you just don't throw very hard. Man, the Climo line Streak, it's a really interesting flyer. Honestly, just flies like a faster version of the Bel Air mid-range. Now, obviously, you're going to get a very different feel in hand, but the Bel Air, again, was super torque resistant. If you throw it hard and on like nose down or slight ante, it's going to go dead straight. It's going to fly like you just saw me throw the Streak in the last clip. But now, wouldn't be an Iceberg TV review without a couple of forehands. So let's try some flat throws. This is the Athena first. Wow, okay. A lot more stable on the flick than I was expecting. Hanging on to that angle basically all the way to the ground. That had a lot of height to be desired. I do that. Like the more stable the disc, I tend to throw it low because I know if I throw it too high, it's just going to fade like crazy. So that's like a subconscious thing that I tend to mess up sometimes. All right, Climo line, Streak. Plenty stable for the forehand. Wow. A lot more stable on that line than I was expecting. Usually when you forehand, it's got less spin on it for most people. It's gonna make it turn more than you expect. But with the Streak, that wasn't the case. It flew the same on forehand as it did on backhand. Very cool. Last shot of the day, hyzer flip Cicada. That held up nicely as well. If you want to check out any of these discs, discgolfdealsusa.com/icebergtv. It'll get you a 10% discount by using my link in the description below. bergsdiscsports.com, the #1 disc golf bag on the market. Use code ICE20 to save 20%. Stay humble, live with gratitude. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video, and take care.